Pray for the Wicked is the musical album equivalent of a live-action Disney remake. It's a hollow, vapid shell of something that was great and something that is great, but for some reason the territory has decided to be retread on for the purposes of making money, and like a live-action Disney remake, that formula and that plan absolutely fell through and worked like a charm. This album was massive, not just as an alternative album, but on the pop charts. High Hopes was this inescapable song that you just could not get away from. It was so huge and popular. Say Amen was a huge hit, and Hey Look Ma, I Made It was also played on the radio. And even the songs on this thing that aren't hits did very well. This album is absolutely massive. It's so mainstream. It's kind of shocking, especially given that the album is actually going on a Broadway theme kind of scale where it's really over the top, and you can get that kind of vibe a little bit from the music videos, and just super overproduced, way over the top production, lots of horns and strings, but there's also a lot of everything. The album is a massive mess. It's massive while also only being 11 tracks long, where none of the songs are very long. I think all of them are even under 4 minutes in length. Like, it's not a long album, but it can be tough to listen to, especially when you get into that second half. And honestly, I like the first half of this album. I like most of the songs. Silver Lining is just so in your face and loud, and I think it works because it's just so unapologetically there. Say Amen has a really great hook that it just sounds really cool, and the production there, just the kind of grimy, like, not grimy because everything is very cleanly produced, but you know what I'm saying, like a very manufactured grime, I think works pretty well on that song. The other two tracks on the album that I think have some merit are Hey Look Ma, I Made It, which I actually do think it kind of hits that Broadway kind of feeling, that musical feeling, and captures it with the lyrics and the music and just the whole vibe and that hook. Like, I think that actually does, the only song on the album that really works well as that kind of Broadway themed feeling song. And production just really helps out with that. And then the other song, Dancing's Not a Crime, is a bop. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bop. Everything else on here is either just way overproduced. I mean, even the good songs are overproduced. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't want to go too hard on this album because I don't hate this album. I just think that it just could have been so much better. High Hopes is not overtly terrible. It's just so mediocre. It's one of those songs that's so painfully repetitive and mediocre that when it's as big as the song was, it was so annoying. I knew people who liked this song. It was just absolutely so annoying to be alive while this was a popular song. Like, I'm so glad this has died and I don't hear it anymore. And I say that, and I heard it in Publix not too long ago, but still, it's basically dead in the water, and I'm glad. Roaring Twenties is fine. One of the Drunks is one of the most gimmicky songs on the whole album. The whole thing just sounds like a gimmick with dumb lyrics. The Overpass sounds like it's like a James Bond kind of spy movie chase thriller scene with horrible backing female vocals that are so cringe, and the lyrics on this one are especially bad. This is probably the worst song. King of the Clouds, if anything, just sounds kind of lazy, like he wasn't really trying. And I've heard the story behind the song is that he just got really high and then just made the song or wrote the song. He's like, let's do it right now, or whatever. Like, it was very like rushed together, and it's just so like throwaway, and it feels kind of like a filler song. Old Fashioned is okay, and then Dying in LA is just it tries to be this earnest, slow, like more serious closer, and it's just so bad, and it's overproduced, which is why would it's supposed to be like the slower moment on the album, and even the slow moment is very overproduced, and it feels very forced, the emotion in the song, and it's just so bad compared to songs like Impossible Year or Pray for the Wicked. Death of a Bachelor from that album. Like, Death of a Bachelor and Impossible Year are doing the same thing but million times better. Yo, I'm just not, this album is not it, Chief. And you know what? I don't think this is a terrible album. I think even in the worst moments on the album, there's something to be said about how overproduced this is, and how there's definitely some ambition here. They definitely went for something, but like Brendan Urie has made a Broadway musical, less Broadway, but musical themed album. It's called Pretty Odd. You know, it's kind of Beatles and musical themed. It's kind of both of those things coming together. And it's excellent. This is not. I'm going to give it 3 stars out of 5. If you like this album, then more power to you. But I'm not crazy about it. Next episode, we're going to talk about Death of a Bachelor, an album that I actually do like. I do like Death of a Bachelor. It's been a long time since I've listened to it, so I might have more criticisms, but I used to listen to that album on repeat. I used to listen to it a ton. Same can be said for Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. But anyway, that's for another day. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day.